Your healthier Chick-fil-A nugget dreams are about to come true. No longer do you have to decide between that crispy golden nugget goodness or a boring meal at home. With a few simple tricks and easy ingredient swaps, you're going to learn how to make them as well as that incredibly addicting dipping sauce too. Oh yeah, and I'm London, Brazil, and you were watching Evolving Table. We make healthier spins on classic recipes. So let's jump straight in and get to cooking. When I first tackled making this at home, I knew it was going to be a tall order because everyone loves their Chick-fil-A nuggets. So when I started recipe testing, I think I tested like 4, 5, maybe even 6 different batches, tried out 2 different cooking methods, and after all that testing and lots of taste testing, this recipe that you see here was by far the clear winner. So we're gonna first start off by preparing the chicken. You'll need about 1.5 pounds of boneless and skinless chicken breast. While you can use chicken thighs, there's really no need to. The brining step is going to get these chicken breasts ultra tender, so you don't need that extra fat. Cut the chicken into bite-sized pieces or about 1-inch cubes. Try to make these as close to the same size as possible so they cook up at a similar rate. Next, we'll be preparing the brining solution and the egg wash. While you can separate these two, I learned through all of that testing that it's actually much easier to just combine them. Plus, you're gonna have one less bowl to have to clean. If you know anything about Chick-fil-A nuggets, you know that they have a pretty unique taste. Well guys, that unique taste comes from pickles. Well, really it comes from pickle juice. The pickle juice not only gives them that delicious flavor, but it also helps to tenderize the meat since it's got a pretty acidic pH. So go ahead and grab a large bowl that will be large enough to fit all of the chicken. And add 1/2 cup of pickle juice, along with 1/4 cup of milk. Regular milk or a plant-based alternative can be used, but full fat is definitely preferred. And 2 large eggs. Whisk everything together until it's well combined. Add the cubed chicken to the bowl. And stir until it is well coated and completely submerged. Marinate the chicken in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes or up to a few hours. The chicken will get even more pickle flavor the longer it marinates. It will also absorb more sodium, so be sure to adjust how much salt you add to the breadcrumb coating if you decide to soak it for a longer time. While the chicken is marinating, we'll go ahead and get started on that breadcrumb coating. You'll want to grab another large bowl and add 2/3 cup of flour. A gluten-free 1-to-1 blend can be used if needed. Half a cup of plain breadcrumbs. Once again, you can also use a gluten-free brand here. And make sure these are a pretty fine crumb and not a larger one such as you get with panko breadcrumbs. 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of salt. Remember to adjust this if you're going to be soaking your chicken for more than 30 minutes. 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and the secret ingredient, powdered sugar. You don't need much, actually just a tablespoon or 2 will do, but the sugar helps to counteract the tartness from the pickle juice and gives the crust an incredible flavor. However, if you're avoiding refined sugar, feel free to just leave this out. Whisk the breadcrumb mixture together until it is well combined. Okay, our chicken has been soaking for a little bit over 30 minutes, so now it's time to get to coating. Using tongs, grab a few chicken pieces from the marinade, letting any excess drip off, and then add them to the bowl of breadcrumbs. Toss until the pieces are well coated. Repeat this process, adding just a few pieces of chicken at a time. Even as hard as I try, there always seems to be a bit too much of that egg that gets stuck in the breadcrumb mixture. So in order to avoid this, a little trick I've started to do is to divide the breadcrumb mixture in half before you start coating the chicken. Slowly add more crumbs to the bowl as you go to keep the mixture fresh and free of the egg wash. Once all of the chicken is coated, it's time to start cooking these up. In those multiple rounds of recipe testing, I found that there are 2 different ways that you can successfully do this: pan frying and air frying. Air frying is a really healthy option, but does not come out quite as crispy, while lightly pan searing them comes out super crispy and full of flavor, but is not quite as healthy. To air fry them, you'll want to set a 6-quart air fryer to 375 or 380 degrees. Let it heat up for at least 3 minutes. Brush the grate with peanut oil, and then place half of the chicken nuggets in a single layer. Brush the exposed surfaces of the nuggets with additional peanut oil and cook for 8 minutes. Halfway through cooking, flip the nuggets over and brush the other side with more peanut oil. To pan fry, you'll want to add 3 tablespoons of peanut oil to a large skillet over medium heat. You don't have to use peanut oil, but it is what gives the nuggets that classic Chick-fil-A flavor. If you're allergic or would prefer a different type of oil, avocado oil is another great high smoke point oil that is mildly flavored. Safflower oil may also be used. Once the oil begins to sizzle, shake off any excess coating from each nugget and place half of them in a single layer. Cook the nuggets for a total of 3 to 5 minutes, flipping them over once the coating becomes crispy and lightly golden. Remove the cooked chicken and let it drain on a paper towel-lined plate. Add an additional tablespoon of oil and cook the remaining chicken nuggets. While the last batch finishes up cooking, I'll quickly whisk up that addicting Chick-fil-A sauce. And guys, oh my gosh, once you make this, you are going to be serving it with everything because it is so stinking good. So you're gonna wanna grab a medium-sized bowl and add 2/3 cup of mayonnaise, 3 tablespoons of barbecue sauce, and original flavor is best to use, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 teaspoons of mustard. Yellow or Dijon mustard can be used, 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Whisk the ingredients together until well combined. Store the sauce in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks, or serve it immediately with the hot nuggets. Oh yeah, get a lot of that sauce on there. Oh my gosh, these totally taste so much like the Chick-fil-A nuggets, and we were able to make them quite a bit healthier too. If you want a few more healthy makeovers, be sure to check out these other restaurant copycat recipes. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one.